Good day and welcome back to another World of Warcraft video. In this video we're going to be talking about gathering in Season 3 in the War Within, especially in Karesh. Just giving you a little bit of a rundown on gathering, how it works, how you can exchange your gathering for other resources, and basically just how the whole process works. Now in Karesh, this applies for miners and it applies for herbalism characters. For leatherworkers, it is the exact same process. It has always been. You will just skin the creatures you come across. But for miners and for herbalism, you will come to the Oasis and you have the ability to exchange resources you obtain in Karesh for your standard mats. So while you're in Karesh, for example, as a herbalist, you might pick up Phantom Bloom, or you might pick up a Kareshi Lotus, which will then allow you to exchange for a Null Lotus. At the same time, if you are a miner, you might pick up Desolate Talus of varying ranks, which will allow you to trade for Acherite, Bismuth, Ironclaw, or you'll pick up a Kareshi Resonating Stone, which you can exchange for a Null Stone. So pretty straightforward. But why gather in Karesh compared to the other zones? So why would you want to gather in Karesh compared to other zones? Well, ultimately it just purely comes down to control. Gathering in Karesh serves no real alternative purpose other than the fact that because you are only farming Desolate Talus from the mining nodes, or because you're only farming Phantom Bloom, or obviously Null Lotuses or Kareshi Lotuses, you have complete control over what you exchange them for, whether that's Ironclaw or whether that is certain herbs. And so by farming in Karesh or gathering in Karesh, you have direct control over your own supply for crafting or your own supply for money making purposes. And this is great if you are someone who's looking to min-max your financial gain. Of course, there is a downside. You don't get a lot of augmented nodes, so you don't get like a lot of explosion nodes or things like that you would get outside in the other zones. So you traditionally pretty much only get these desolate deposits. You may get a rich desolate deposit, but that is pretty much all that happens. So there is a little bit of a downside, but ultimately it comes down to that level of control and, you know, having the ability to select the mat. If we're talking selling it, the cool thing is that you can actually sell these directly on the auction house, which is awesome. The thing is that they pretty much almost go for full max value. So for example, Desolate Taurus sells on my server for 14 gold at bottom price for bronze. And if I look at Bismuth, which is the most expensive, it sells at 15.99. So you're losing out on 1 gold, but you might as well exchange it then. So it's really just one of those things where, because you can control it, you can either sell it direct if you're feeling lazy, or you can maximize your sale value by selling it for a bit more. Ultimately, it comes down to you. For me, I go for the lazy route, but that's because it's me. Ultimately, at the end of the day, is it worth it to farm in Karesh? I think so. The routes are pretty favorable, the nodes are pretty abundant, and having the ability to just constantly select the best selling price material, whether it's ore, herbs, etc., is always going to have way more value than running around picking up random allotments of ore or herbs. That's just how it is. So if you're a gatherer and you're looking to maximize your profit in this expansion, you need to spend your time in Karesh, and you'll come out having a pretty good time overall in terms of money and gains. Of course, if you just want to be lazy like me, you can just pick up a little bit every now and then, try and make yourself some gold. That's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, stay safe. Good day.